Okay, hello. I have found 25 deep questions tag, but I feel if I answer them, I'm gonna take like an hour. So I've made a timer for 8 minutes for me to answer all these questions. I know for a fact I'll probably go too fast and then end up with about 5 minutes left just to do nothing. But this should be fun, probably. Okay. Right. What is more difficult for you? Looking into someone's eyes when you're telling them how you feel, or looking into their eyes when they are telling you how they feel? I think it's when they tell me how they feel, because obviously I already know what I'm going to say when I tell them how I feel. That makes me sound really mean, but you know. Yeah, if they tell me how they feel, I'm not expecting it, so... think of the last time you were angry. Why were you angry? Do you still feel the same way? I don't think I've been angry in a while. I usually get angry for really stupid things because I just build up all the anger and then it comes out like a volcano, which is not a good trait. I'm on a flight from Honolulu to Chicago non-stop. There's a fire in the back of the plane. You have enough time to make one phone call. Whom do you call? What do you tell them? I would call... I don't know. Damn. I'm not even sure. I wouldn't call anyone just because I can't think. You're at the doctor's office and he's informed you that you have approximately 1 month to live. Do you tell anyone? What do you do with your remaining days? Would you be afraid? I wouldn't be afraid because I'm not scared of death. I don't see how. I don't see how you can be scared of something that happens to everyone. Like, yeah. I don't think I'd tell anyone, or if I did, I would only tell a select few, just because I wouldn't want to be treated any differently just because I'm dying. So, yeah, I wouldn't tell many people. You can have one of the following 2 things. What do you choose? Why? Love and trust. I would choose trust, because I don't think you can love somebody without trust. Like, if you can't fully trust somebody, you can't love them. Love can happen from trust, but yeah, there is logic in what I'm saying, so it doesn't matter. I'm walking down the street on my way to work. There is a dog drowning in the canal. Your boss has told you if you were late once more you're fired. You take time to save the dog's life. I would call somebody, or I would try and get other people to help me. I mean, I couldn't jump in because then I'd die too, unless it wasn't that deep. But yeah, just call like RSPCA or something. Why are you going to walk past something that's dying? That doesn't seem fair. Would you rather be hurt by the one you trust the most or the one you love the most? I'd rather not be hurt at all, to be honest. That's kind of my preference. Your best friend confesses that she has feelings for you. He's fallen in love with you. What would you do or say? It depends who it was. I'd tell them to stop being silly though. Although I've had feelings for best friends before, and it never ends very well. So, I don't know. I wouldn't act any differently around them, but I'd advise them that it's not wise, and I'd much rather keep their friendship because that's a lot more important to me, and I know I'll have that forever. But we could lose that friendship if we actually went out. Think of the last person who you know that died. You have the chance to give them 1 hour of their life back, but you have to give up 1 year of yours. The last person I know that died, like personally, would be one of my mum's friends. It sounds really harsh, but I wouldn't give him an extra hour purely because I know he was in so much pain, and I don't think that would be fair on him. And if you believe in an afterlife, then he's in a better place, but anything away from the discomfort and unhappiness, yeah. Are you the kind of friend that you would want to have as a friend? Probably not. I'd punch me in the face if I was my friend. Does love equal sex? No. Does love equal sex? No, because there are different types of love. There's all different types of love that doesn't end in sex. You don't need to have sex with somebody that you love. I don't know. Your boss tells your co-worker that they have to let them go because of work shortage. You have been there for much longer. Your co-worker has a family to support. Do you go to your boss and offer to leave the company? No. I'm horrible. I wouldn't. Unless there was like literally no chance of this person getting another job, I'd have to think from their perspective, and I would assume most people wouldn't do that for people. When was the last time you told somebody honestly how you felt, regardless of how difficult it was for you to say? I try to tell people how I feel most of the time. What's the point of lying? Or like, if you really do feel something, you might as well say it. Like, you're not going to lose from the situation. The worst thing that's going to happen is them just be like, okay. But if you don't say something, you're going to live with regret, and I hate regret. What would be harder for you to tell a member of the opposite sex you love them, or that you don't love them back? Depends who it is. Like, if it was I don't know, that's really difficult. I don't find it hard to say I don't love people, because there are many people I don't love. I guess it's harder to say that you love them, because loving people is pretty difficult. What do you think would be the hardest thing for you to give up? My friends. Because they are the people that make me. I can't imagine a day going by when I don't speak to my closest friends, because they mean the world to me. They're slowly, not even slowly, they're becoming my family, because, you know, everyone has an unsatisfying home life. And the amount of support that they've all given me is the reason why I'm here. So I would never, ever, 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 ever give them up. Ever. Excluding romantic love, when was the last time you told someone you loved them? That would be yesterday to my nan, because she is amazing. If there was one moment at one time in the last month, what would you change and why? I wouldn't change a thing. The last month has been great. I have no problem with the last month. Would you give a homeless person CPR if they were dying? If I knew how to do CPR, I'm not going to treat them any differently just because they're homeless. Why would that come into it? But most of the time, if somebody looks like they're dying, you should probably just call the ambulance, because I'm the kind of person that would do more harm than good. So. You're holding onto your grandmother's hand and the hand of a newborn that you do not know as they hang over the... my time just ran out, but I'm going to finish this question. As they hang over the edge of a cliff, you have to let go to save the other. Who do you let fall to their death? Right, it's not rational, it's not clever, but I would drop the baby. But that's because it's my nan. And if anyone knows me, they know how much I love her. So, yeah, that's just me being selfish. Fuck it, don't care. Alright, that was 8 minutes of questions. There were like 5 left, but I'm not going to go into it because it's been too long already. So yeah, awesome.